Hello, my name is Georgia Steele, and along with my partner Elijah Stroop, we will be covering the Target Corporation. We have selected the Target Corporation because it is one of the biggest corporations in the United States, but has almost little to no presence in foreign countries. So if we were to lead the expansion to another country, we would recommend that Target expands its operations to China to compete in the growing market alongside its competitors like Walmart and Amazon. So here we go. The current position of the Target Corporation, they are currently headquartered in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They have 1,898 stores in the U.S. along with 44 distribution centers. They have 5 additional offices across the country, 1 global capability center in Bangalore, India, and more than a dozen sourcing offices globally. Their global strategy, they kind of don't really have a global strategy. They have a failed expansion into Canada. They recently established an e-commerce site with their second attempt into the Canadian market. They purchased Shipt, which is a grocery delivery service to speed up their same-day delivery, and they're also adding more exclusive brands to attract more customers. For the expansion into China, we recommend that they correct their errors on their e-commerce site. They need to revamp their website to accommodate different languages and cultural aspects to attract different customers from other countries. They need to establish temporary locations in China to build their brand first. Then they need to develop distribution centers in China and then slowly expand into physical storefronts. We have selected a joint venture as their mode of entry. We have selected this because it has less risk. It has an opportunity for innovation. They are able to access the current resources located in the area, and they will be able to enter the market with a company that already has an existing presence and expertise in the area. For example, reasons why we picked the joint venture. Target would not find licensing appropriate since it is a retail chain that operates on a ongoing basis rather than being one that is quick to use a startup or another company that doesn't offer unique services or technologies worth trying to license out at this point. Franchising wouldn't be ideal either because it's not in an industry that supports franchising. It's way too large. Target is huge in the United States. It's located in all 50 states, like we previously stated. And it will most likely want to guide their management and operation directions as much as they can. So we recommend that they should, after the joint venture, they should begin to or aim to build a subsidiary in order to have direct control over their Chinese operations. Their international strategy, unfortunately, is kind of vague. They had their first attempt into the international market, which failed with Canada, but this does not mean that they're finished trying. Target has the potential to become a giant in China, just like it is in America. Their current international strategy is limited to e-commerce at this point in Canada, and that still exhibits errors from their first attempt. They don't have any language options for the French-speaking Canadians, and the website takes them directly from the link for Canadian Target straight to the American website. So it's not really a culturally altered to fit the Canadian market. Target needs to focus on those localization strategies to appeal to intended markets in China. Their expansion objective should be to first enter the international market in any way, which they're slowly trying to do that with their e-commerce website. They need to correct and forget past mistakes with the Canadian expansion so they can move on into new opportunities with China. They eventually need to build storefronts in China, which first, as previously stated, they need to enter the market. They need to put small, like pop-up shops, and eventually develop distribution centers to get products to their actual storefronts that they will eventually build. And they need to create more opportunities to expand throughout Asia, not just China. They need to be able to go to India and other parts of Asia, and then eventually move into Europe as well.
I'm going to talk about the opportunity and strength of doing business in China. The opportunity for Target Company is that they would have advanced technology with China because it would benefit the e-commerce sales for Target Company. Also, they can change their marketing strategy in order to benefit the consumer in China. The strength is global expansion. As Georgia mentioned earlier, Target can have joint venture with different business in different countries, and that would actually be one of their strengths. And as well as partnership with foreign company and trying to establish partnership with them. The foreign trade issue that Target company will have is the cultural background. For example, the cultural background, in China is completely different than what it is here in the United States, and that could affect the trade, foreign trade. Product brand will be another issue for Target company because they can have like foreign blunders, and if they don't do the product brand correctly, it could cause issue with the foreign country. Language barrier is another issue for Target company because they have different language and have to interact. Like there's French speaking consumer in Canada and there's Chinese speaking in China, and it could affect Target company to interact with them with business purpose. And as well as technical issues may occur in China because they have different technology server in China than it is here in the United States. Other concern is having a translator that speaks multiple languages for business purpose, as well as the lifestyle in China. The role of human resource management completely focused on recruitment, management, guidance to the employee that works in an organization. The role is basically recruiting employees, evaluating their skills, providing health and safety needs to the employee, as well as training program for them. Globalization on world economy effect is mainly focused on the competitors. As we know, Amazon is very popular on e-commerce sales internationally, and they established multiple businesses around the world. Target is trying to make progress to increase their e-commerce sales, but the competitors that already expanded themselves could affect their sale rate. The requirement to coordinate a globally disparate production system mainly involved technology, communicating with their employee, partnership with China to expand the Target company internationally, as well as building a distribution center in China based off of the cheap labor cost in China. The future projection for a Target company will be able to be successful in establishing partnership with China. They will be able to increase their e-commerce sales internationally, and they will be able to build their own Chinese brand for the consumer in China.
Finally, we come to the SWOT analysis. So the strengths for Target is that they have a strong presence in the United States with locations in all 50 states. They have 20 offices located across the globe, which will allow them to make contacts and connections in other countries such as China. They also practice corporate responsibility, which is an extreme plus for consumers today. They like to see that their companies they're investing in are practicing corporate responsibility as well as social and environmental responsibility. Weaknesses include that they have e-commerce site flaws such as the language barriers that we previously spoke on. They have negative customer experiences with the Canadian failed expansion attempt, which could possibly transfer over to the Chinese market and make them not want to accept the Target corporation over there. They have a failure to identify past and current mistakes as well.
The opportunity of the SWOT analysis for Target is e-commerce site growth, Indian connection, and Chinese market. The threats are basically market competition from companies that are already established in other countries, and language and cultural barriers in China.
And the conclusion. While Target is very successful in the United States, it has embarrassingly failed at its first attempt to enter into the global market with Canada, excuse me. Trying to learn from this mistake, Canada has established their e-commerce website and it shows promise, but they still have many flaws that were similar to flaws they made in the Canadian expansion, and they need to address those further before they can expand. The Chinese markets are very different from American markets, and they will need to be analyzed in order for Target to be successful overseas. But it poses a question, does Target even need to expand into foreign countries if they're so successful in the United States? We've already seen that it's not really doing well in the Canadian market. So why would they try to venture into a different market? Just a question. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Bye.